Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tammy, and I'm happy and excited to have you joining me for your November Zodiac reading, in which we're going to connect with someone on your spiritual team. We did this reading 4 months ago. I will do it again in 4 months, so I won't do it again until, March? But before we get into all that, I ask if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and if you would consider doing so, I would greatly appreciate it. That stupid YouTube formula, it is real. It's based off of number of subscribers, which is the hardest attribute to get. Now, if you do subscribe, and this is not just for my channel, this is for anybody, turn off the notifications. You know, ever since I got into this, I subscribe to everybody. And I make sure I turn off notifications so this way my phone's not blowing up all day long. So you will not offend me doing that. So in advance, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, share the video, leave a positive comment, even if it's an emoji. Those things help in getting the content out there for others who haven't yet discovered the channel. All right, so before I begin, for those that watch the channel, and well, if you're new, you can kind of tell I'm into crystals and this is like nothing. I also have an online store in which I sell crystals and sage and metaphysical products and such. But before my readings that I do on, well, all my readings actually, I always see what crystal talks to me. And for this one, because we're dealing with somebody on your spiritual team, I felt it was best to choose this wonderful, beautiful Celestite geode. Now, normally this thing sits over here, but I propped it up against my crystal ball so you could all see it. I've got some quartz here to help amplify its energy. And Celestite is outstanding. It is my go-to. I even have the 4 corners of my meditation room gridded with Celestite. It is outstanding for talking to angels and angelic beings and beings of higher, vibrational frequency. Now, I do sell Celestite in the Your Natural Healer store. Obviously not that big, but these are just some of the pieces that I sell, and they do vary in size. But aren't they gorgeous? Look at that. Just that beautiful blue. Just absolutely stunning. Trying to get that in there. And these are natural. You know, you could clean it up. I don't usually do that. These are raw. This is how they came out of the earth, and that's why I don't clean them up or anything. But anyway, one of the nice things about Celestite too, and this is what I use to grid the 4 corners, but excuse me. I always suggest this to expectant mothers or ladies with newborns, grandmothers that have newborn grandbabies, even people with small kids. And obviously you don't want to keep it within their grasp because, I mean, you know, these are tiny. They're a choking hazard. But if you keep a piece of Celestite up high out of the child's way, out of their reach, this will call in all their angels, their guardian angels, their angel guides. It will call in their whole spiritual team to watch over them while they're asleep, or if they're playing quietly in their room or whatever, or even if they're playing noisily. But it will call in and make sure that there are angels in that space at all times. So just fantastic for those with small kids. All right. So we got that out of the way. We're going to talk about this reading. All right. So what I am going to do is I will draw 5 cards, and I'll go into which each card is going to stand for. Now, please remember that I am connected to Scorpio energy right now, but I cannot connect to literally every Scorpio on the face of the earth. Okay. So the reading may not resonate. If it doesn't resonate, please, 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 please don't freak out. Don't send me a nasty email. Leave me a thumbs down because it didn't resonate. Don't say, oh, this stuff is fake. You know, it happens in a general reading. There's 2 things you can do. You can either come back and watch this at a later date. Remember, this reading is good until we do the next one in March. So maybe it'll resonate in January or February. Or you can go to yournaturalhealer.com. You could sign up for a personal reading, and I would be more than happy to do that for you as well. Because with the general reading, sometimes I can't get too specific, okay? Now, if the reading resonates with you, and I always have to demonstrate this, I don't know why, take your right hand, place it on your heart. Take a deep, deep breath in and say, yes, I claim this reading for myself, okay? And what that does is that basically affirms to the universe that, you know, you accept the reading, good or bad, you acknowledge it, you know what you got to work on, yada, yada, yada. All right, so let's get this started. 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost pulled 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's get these nice and pretty. And Celestite is really fragile, so it does make a lot of dust. If you order any, when I ship it, I always bubble wrap the heck out of it. Okay. All right, Scorpio, are we ready? Okay, the first card, excuse me, that we're going to talk about, and it doesn't matter if the card is upright or in reverse. This is just representing the member of your spiritual team. Remember, you have a whole spiritual team comprised of your guardian angel, who's the CEO. You have angel guides, animal guides, spirit guides, elementals, I keep thinking gnomes, but that's an elemental. Light beings, galactic beings, there's all scribes, there's all kinds of different, people in your spiritual team, ascended masters. You can call in archangels. So we're going to see what we're dealing with here, and we're going to go from there. So as far as who we are going to connect, or who I'm connected with, we got the 9 of Pentacles. This is a great card. So I have a feeling this is going to be some good news. This is going to be one of your angels or guides that deals with money or business. Okay. And this is a good card when it comes to money. Normally the 9 of Pentacles, it's about independence, material wealth, luxury, high society. I mean, look at this lady. She definitely looks pretty high class there. So that is the energy that we've got going on here, okay? So with that being said, let's see what message they have for you right now at the moment you're watching this. And you got the Queen of Wands. Okay, another fantastic card. This guide wants you to know that it's time to go for it. Okay, whatever it is, whether it's career move or excuse me, or even if it's just asking for a raise. So again, we're talking career or financial, which are two different things. Okay, but I'm getting that it's career for some, financial for the other, and sometimes that goes hand in hand. Whichever it is, this is a great time to go for it. Take control. You are very efficient. You're a great manager. You're a great leader. And the universe is saying, be bold. Go for it. The time is now. The energy is right in the universe for you. And whatever you go for, whether it's a promotion, a new job, a raise, it's going to come to fruition. Really fantastic energy. There's really nothing more that I can say about this card. Just go for it. Okay? Fantastic things. Because of course, everybody always loves cards, when we talk about money. So this is saying that, the time is now. All right. Let's look at the third card, which is a message that this guide has been trying to get across to you, probably over the course of the last couple months in your recent space that you've been maybe ignoring. You may have seen signs or symbols and stuff and not really known what you were looking at, or you've seen them and just been like, yeah, whatever, and ignore it. Okay. So Temperance. And it was in reverse. Excuse me. And I'm sorry I keep coughing. It's like every time I turn around, it's like I got all this speaking stuff to do and I've been losing my voice. Okay. This is, in the upright position, this is a really nice card talking about balance, but in the reverse, it can be read several ways. And in this instance, I'm hearing like, if this, my wand here was a dial, I'm hearing turn it up. So you need to find some balance very quickly. Okay. The universe and your guide here has been shaking you. Okay. So whatever this is that they're telling you that, with this, go for it now. The energy's been there, but you keep coming up with excuses. Oh, you've got too much to do at home, or you've got too much to do with the kids, or too much of this, or too much of that. And you're making these excuses. And while, yes, you are very busy, the universe is saying you got to stop and find some balance. Okay. Because, you've heard the old adage, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And that's anything in our life. Think of the Zodiac sign Libra, the scales. We have to find balance. And that's so hard in life when we're trying to balance work and being a spouse or a girlfriend or a fiance or whatever. Being a parent, volunteer work, being a friend. We have all these roles, working out, meditating, cooking, shopping. We have all these things in life that we've got to balance. And what drives me crazy, it's like the more technologically advanced we get, the less time. I don't know about y'all, and please let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with this, but it seems like the less time I have. And it's crazy. It's really crazy. But if you don't balance the things in your life, even if you go for this, it may come to fruition, but then it might fall through, or maybe you might fail at it. But before you go for it, you need to find that balance. Okay. I would definitely say this is root chakra all the way right here. Because this is affecting your sense of stability in life. You can't be stable. Think of the teeter-totter. You can't be stable if, one is on top of the other. You ever try with the friend as a kid and you guys try to balance it? That's what you need. Okay? And this is, which is beautiful, is not going to happen if you don't take care of this. And the universe has been screaming at you. You may be focusing on one aspect of your life over another, and maybe you've been noticing some hiccups or some speed bumps or whatever. The universe is going to step in. But this guide here, your money/career guide, is saying, okay, I got to stop you here because we got some good things on the horizon that are coming in. But if you let this trumpet, oh, that was kind of funny because angels, you think trumpets. If you let that trump the other thing, it's not going to happen. So then where are you at? Okay? If that makes sense. But the balance is not, it's not nothing super crazy where it's like super stressed or like so callywumpus that, it's going to take you forever. There's just, I think, one aspect of your life that you've been putting too much of your time, too much of your focus, too much of your attention in. And if you reel that back a little bit, that's going to allow you to be able to circumvent over here and let this blossom. Okay? All right, Scorpio, that's really, really good, though. Really good energy. Don't let this negate that, okay? All right, so the fourth card is how you can better connect with your guide and members of your spiritual team, okay? Now, always remember one thing. You can always call in on your guides. Always. They're there for you. Anytime you need them, just ask them to come forth. Even if you don't have names for your guides, you can just say, like before I do tarot, I have a little protection thing I do, and I call on Archangel Michael, and then I call on my tarot guide. I don't know what their name is. It's never come to me, so I just call on the tarot guide. Okay, so you got the Nine of Cups. You know what? I'm really seeing here a lot of yellow, really bright yellow. That's the first thing I'm attracted to on these. So I want to say that your solar plexus is really super healthy. It is really healthy. I can't say that enough. Just beautiful, filled with beautiful yellow light, confidence. Remember, that's your center of personal will, your self-esteem, your confidence, and I think that's booming right now. So good job. That one, at least for me, is always hard, but I do have a tear in my solar plexus that goes back to some childhood trauma. Even though my solar plexus, sometimes it's balanced, sometimes it's not, but I'm constantly having to work on it. And, the tear is getting stronger. And you're probably like, how do you know that? I too have a spiritual advisor. I do like Reiki and stuff on myself, but if I find that my energy feels off, then I reach out to one of my advisors, and they do Reiki and they tell me things. So anyway, that's how I know. Even spiritual advisors, Reiki masters have advisors and have their own team as well. So just there's that. Okay. So the Nine of Cups, you really have that crown chakra is open. That third eye is really open, and so is that third chakra, because that's our center of communication. So those three are your upper chakras. So your upper chakras are really open right now, which is really giving you a fantastic ability to communicate with not just this guide, but any of your guides, any being on your spiritual team. Okay. So with that being said, when you're meditating, call on your guides to come close. One of the best meditations that I do, and I am planning, if you've done my guided meditations, over the next couple months, I'm going to be dumping out a lot more things on YouTube as far as guided meditations. And the most requested one is one with connecting to a spirit guide. So be on the lookout for that. Considering it's November, it might not be till after the new year. But just look out. It is forthcoming in the near future. Okay. So as I was saying, I call it inactive meditation, where, I'll usually use my Celestite. I put it in my non-dominant hand, which is my receiving hand, and I'll meditate. I'll put on music and turn the lights off, and I will say, sometimes I say it out loud, sometimes I just say it in my head. I will say, if any of my guides want to come forward and be with me during this meditation, please come forward. And then the reason why I call it inactive or passive meditation, because it's not like I'm focusing on my chakras or focusing on, my confidence or self-love or anything like that. I just let my mind be quiet. And I allow the energies of the crystal, draw in my spiritual team, and anybody that wants to come through can come through and give me a message. And it really does work. But anyway, if you have Celestite, you could put it on your nightstand. That's going to help you lucid dream. And that's going to help you remember your dreams as well. Remember, signs and symbols. A lot of signs come through our dreams. They love talking and giving us messages in our dreams. Things we see in our dreams. Things we hear in our dreams. Things we feel in our dreams. All the senses. Signs and synchronicities in the universe. If you're seeing, like, I'll have to laugh every now and then when I go through Starbucks. I forget which drink it is, but I don't know if it's a grande or a venti, but it always comes with tax 666. The guy out the window, oh, I'm like, actually, that's a really good number. It is not satanic. You don't understand true numerology. Anyway, so maybe you are seeing a number a lot, or maybe it's a song that whether you liked or not liked, but you're hearing over and over. And I don't mean like the number one song that's out on the charts right now, because obviously that's going to be flooded on the radio, but maybe it's a song from 5 years ago and you just keep hearing it constantly. Pay attention to signs like that. Maybe you're taking a walk and all of a sudden you've seen a bluebird. Bluebirds, any kind of bluebird, represent happiness, okay? So you really are at a great point on your path to connect with your guides, okay? And that's fantastic. Fantastic. All right, so let's finally get to the fifth card, in which we're going to talk a little bit about your spiritual path and where you're headed, if there's anything we need to look out for, or I should say you need to look out for, Scorpio. And you got the Knight of Wands, excuse me, in reverse. Okay, so what this is saying, again, your crown chakra is very open. And I think that maybe you're wanting to maybe try some new things or maybe explore some new avenues. And people could be like, ugh, what are you, looking down on you for that. But you know what? Your spiritual path is not about anybody else. When I started doing tarot, so many people, oh, that's the devil's work. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're so ridiculous. And and that just opened me up to then, well, between crystals and tarot, pendulum, working with a pendulum. Oh my gosh. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm really good with a pendulum. So you got to let go of old beliefs because, if you sit there and base like, I don't know, I'm just gonna say like a Ouija board, for example. Excuse me. If you know how to use it properly, you know how to protect yourself properly, you know how to open and close your session, you are not going to do any harm. But people seeing all these Ouija board movies and Hollywood has gotten in our heads, So, and it's the same with tarot, you see all these gypsies and evil people doing tarot in the movies and if that's what you want it to be, that's what it's going to be. Remember, your thoughts manifest your reality. So with that being said, let go of the old beliefs. Let go of the things that you were conditioned to believe. Explore. This is your path. As long as you're doing things from your heart space and for your highest good and you're not hurting anybody else in the process, who cares if you're getting into Ouija boards, or maybe you want to become a Reiki master, or maybe you want to become just a chakra healer, or maybe you want to learn about Wicca or Buddhism. Who cares? This is your life, nobody else's, your spiritual path. So you're being told that, yeah, you're curious, you're maybe looking into some things, read some books, it's okay. Do the research. Just because you read something doesn't mean you have to believe it or be into it. It's like with crystals. I know many people buy a handful of crystals and that's it. And that's like wonderful. As long as you've got what I call the crystal toolbox, as long as you've got those basic 8 crystals, you're good to go. You don't necessarily need a K2 pyramid. Now, K2 is it is a rare crystal. I'm sorry, I won't give you a lesson here. And pyramids, shapes are something different. If you're into crystals, I do offer currently, if you go to my other website, lotuscenter.online, I have a Crystals 101 course. I've already got Crystals 102 written. I just have to do the slideshow and then record it. But Crystals 102 is going to be about the different shapes of crystals and how to use them. But anyway, if you're kind of new to crystals, it goes over everything from cleansing to how to identify real versus fake crystals and size and all those things, okay? All right, so with that being said, explore. Open up your mind and try new things, read new things, watch new things. And if it doesn't resonate with you, you haven't done nothing. It's not a waste of time. You learn that that's not for you, okay? So anyways, Scorpio, it wasn't a bad reading, just as long as you focus on this one thing that, that you've showing way too much attention to, back it off a little bit, and you're about to move into a wonderful space where you're going to see lots of prosperity and abundance from a financial / career context. All right. So again, I thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up, positive comment, share. Get this channel out there so more people can benefit. All right. With that being said, go live your best life, Scorpio, but do it the natural way. Namaste.